want you guys to take for a second and imagine that you're a tiger. But you live in a zoo. Every meal is given to you right on time. You have fresh water to wash it down with. Your life is insanely easy. Everything is done for you. You're insanely safe. You're always protected. You have no struggles. You're living that hashtag zoo tiger life. Now imagine you're a tiger that lives out in the jungle. Let's talk about your life. You have to find your own food. You have to find your own shelter. And you have to learn how to protect yourself and your family. Your life is not easy. Your life is not safe. Your life involves quite a bit of struggle. But truth be told, it's so hard. Quiz time. What would happen if we took our friend the zoo tiger and threw him into the wild? Well, they most likely would not survive. So take those zoo tigers and the jungle tigers, because right now, us as distributors, as advisors, as people who are running this business, we're living that jungle tiger life. And we're enrolling all of these new people who are zoo tigers. So when they finally decide to jump on board with us, we're like, yes, here you go, and out into the wild you go. Like, wait a second, we need to bring it back. We need to bring it back for them. We cannot just throw them into the jungle. They will not survive. Right now is such a crucial time period because we have this 2-month gap. And this 2-month gap is so important for us. So right now, we should be talking to everybody and anybody, helping them through the holidays, getting them through all the cupcakes and the cookies and the pies and the mashed potatoes. Oh my goodness, we have to help them through that right now. We need to teach them now how to eat. We need to teach them how to hunt. We need to teach them how to enjoy life and like get this lifestyle started, so that when we all do that full all-in 24-day challenge in January, they have the skill sets now. Work on those relationships now. Give them the information they need now, so that they are already sharpening those skills so that they can survive in the jungle come January. Part 2. So earlier I referenced about us all being jungle tigers. And yes, at one point we all were jungle tigers. When we jumped into this business and we started learning and working on ourselves and working on others, we were absolutely jungle tigers. But I want to ask you, are you still being a jungle tiger? And it's okay if you're not a jungle tiger right now. But just keep that in your mind and in your mindset that that is where we want to be. We always want to be striving to be that jungle tiger. And it's okay to be a zoo tiger every now and then. And it's okay to be the jungle tiger every now and then. You have to have that balance in life. But in order to grow, we have to jungle tiger. So in order to jungle tiger, we really need to look at our comfort zones, because our comfort zones is what is holding us back. For instance, I know that I am really comfortable at sharing Advocare at work and in my gym. I've known these people for years. So it's really easy because they've seen me and they've watched my whole process. They know where I was, they know what I did, and they know what my outcomes were. So they know it works. It's really easy to share in those scenarios. But for me, it's really difficult to step outside of those scenarios and share with people who I don't know, to share with complete strangers, to jump out of my comfort box and go jungle tiger because I need to. Not because I, feel like it's okay, feel like I should do it. No, a jungle tiger needs to survive. And in order to survive, I need to talk to anybody and everybody. It doesn't matter if I'm comfortable or uncomfortable. I need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And one of the biggest things that really stop us from really pursuing and being the best jungle tiger that we can be is our fear. Our fear is what stops us. Stories of people failing, stories of whatever you build for yourself. Oh, I'm not a good talker. I'm not a good people person. I, get really nervous. I'm not good at public speaking. Those stories is what builds our cage, and fear is what keeps us in it. And we need to break that down now. So it needs to come down. One of the biggest things that we can do is not tackle on fear and pretend it doesn't exist, because it does exist. It's always going to be here. It's always to go. It's always going to be with you, regardless of what the situation is, whether it's Advocare, whether it's life, whether it is anything. Fear will always be along for the ride. And the thing is that we need to do is that we need to dance with fear. We need to acknowledge its existence. We need to say, hi, fear. I see you. I feel you. But you're not taking this journey. You are not leading this journey. And at this point, I would love to show you a clip from a woman by the name of Elizabeth Gilbert, who has nailed this perfectly.
Dearest Fear, Creativity and I are about to go on a road trip. I understand you'll be joining us, because you always do. I acknowledge that you believe you have an important job to do in my life and you take your job seriously. Apparently your job is to induce complete panic in me whenever I'm about to do anything interesting. And may I say, you are superb at your job. So by all means, keep doing your job if you feel you must, but I will also be doing my job on this road trip, which is to work hard and stay focused. And creativity will be doing its job, which is to remain stimulating and inspiring. There's plenty of room in the minivan for all of us, so make yourself at home, but understand this. Creativity and I are the only ones who will be making any decisions along the way. I recognize and I respect that you're part of this family. I will never exclude you from our activities, but still, your suggestions will not be followed. You are allowed to have a seat, you're allowed to have a voice, but you are not allowed to have a vote. You don't get to touch the roadmaps, you're not allowed to suggest detours, you're not allowed to fiddle with the temperature. Dude, you're not even allowed to choose the freaking snacks. But above all else, my dear old familiar friend, you are absolutely forbidden to drive. And then we head off together, me and Creativity and Fear, side by side, forever, marching once more into the terrifying but marvelous terrain of unknown outcome.
With that being said, do not let fear take your roadmap. Do not let fear drive. Let your creativity drive you. Acknowledge fear's existence and move forward. Thank you guys so much for sticking around with me. I truly appreciate you giving me the space to be able to sharpen up my tools and dance with my fear. Thank you.